Good day. It's aging maven aficionado Amy K. Gaskin once again here on Ask Amy About Aging. And I am joined with Anthony Ford of How's Grandma. How are you doing today, Anthony?
Oh, I'm fantastic, Amy. It's lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you as well. I'm excited to talk more about the Care Bidet. And today I would really like to know about what kind of savings I can do. But first, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and why you got into senior living? And then we'll talk about the Care Bidet briefly, and then we'll talk about the savings. So you're on. So how'd you get into senior living?
Well, the funny thing is, the best people I've met in working in senior care, they all got into this somewhat by accident. They got into it because of a personal situation with their own mother or father. And in my experience, that's they're the most caring because they were there as the client, as the person looking for care. They've been through it, and that's similar to my story. I was looking for care for my own mother. I didn't like the other agencies. I got to be honest. I decided I could do a better thing for my own mother. I set that up. And then I turned it into a business when I realized, while still working a different job, that it really required 24/7 attention. So I thought, well, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to help other people's mothers and fathers.
Yeah.
Attitude I bring it as providing care the way I wanted it for my own mother. And it's as simple as that. And then I like that. It feels good to me.
Yeah, being in the senior living industry is amazing because you can help so many people and make a difference and change things. And oftentimes, like with me, I found some technology that just totally blew me away. And you found the Care Bidet, and it's now being introduced here in the U.S. So tell everyone a little bit about what the Care Bidet is, and then we'll talk about how we can do the savings with it by using it instead of adult diapers.
Well, first of all, it's brand new in the US, but it's being used widely in other countries, mostly in Asia. I mean, it's not a stereotype to say that they're very fanatical about their toilet cleanliness, and good for them because it's so important. It's so this is an automated device that basically replaces diapers in bed-bound care. So it detects waste, solid or liquid. It takes away the waste. As soon as it detects it, it then cleans the client afterwards with a warm water bidet, hence the name, the Care Bidet. And then after that, dries the skin. So it's a fully automated system that requires very little caregiver attention, much less than diaper care. It's so much more efficient. It's very high quality. It's got thousands of active users. It's FDA registered, ready to be used in this country.
Wow, that really is exciting. And just thinking about how many times I talk to clients on the phone, especially when I did senior placement, which I'm doing again, but when people had said, "Oh, she got a UTI," she got, this happened, and she ended up in the rehab, and I just couldn't change my mom's diapers fast enough, and so I'm very, very excited.
I think it's going to make a real big difference, and this is one of my real passion.
I can tell.
Thank you. So let's talk about what this does financially, because unfortunately the finances are always a critical component in senior care. And so what are we actually looking at here? Well, it's not inexpensive. So let's talk about the savings first. First of all, what are you saving here? Well, the very first thing is you're going to save about $20 a day based on compared to if you were employing someone to change diapers. So the labor involved in changing diapers is reduced. So you're saving at least $20 a day in an institution or any environment where you're paying someone else to change the diapers. Now, obviously, you're not paying yourself if you're a family caregiver, but there's lots of other benefits to using it even in that situation. But in most situations, you're saving on the labor. But not only are you saving on the labor, the diaper supplies, the bed pads, the cream, the actual diapers themselves, the increased laundry, you're actually saving in many other indirect ways, whether you're an institution or even family members, where it be a quality of life issue. You are reducing your waste disposal costs because you're not throwing away all those used paper diapers. You don't even need them. You're reducing readmission costs are so important to hospitals, to LTACs, to skilled nursing facilities, to rehabs. They are all measured and lose a lot of money because of readmissions. Big causes of readmissions are UTIs and pressure sores.
Right.
It certainly helps in both those areas. But now we've got these new challenges, things like MRSA, C. diff, Shigella, all of which are causing tremendous waste disposal issues, especially for people in diaper care. It's so expensive. Right. And some of those diapers have to be dealt with in red bag medical disposal, which is, I've read somewhere $20 to $30 per bag is the disposal cost.
Wow.
So you could save that because the waste is being put into the commode, into the sewage system where waste should be, really,
right,
in landfills. You're also in a facility using this device. There's already options where you can bill directly for the use of this device, such as pressure sore treatment. There's a CMS code for that, and non-consumable bowel care treatment codes. So there's a good possibility you can bill directly on this. So not only are you saving money, but you're also potentially billing more. And of course, your patient satisfaction scores in institutions are going to be massively increased by this. So that's the savings end.
Right.
But to get these savings, you have to invest in this device. So the way we're offering this, first of all, it's an expensive purchase. This device is very high quality, result of 10 plus years research, 120 patents. So the purchase price is $19,500, which, we want to bring that price down, and we will with quantity. But at the moment, that is the price that it needs to be. But we're not trying to sell this device. To institutions, we're offering leases so they can lease this on a 3-yearly basis. The unit costs about $20 a day.
Yeah.
That's $600 a month, if you like. If you are doing a 5-year lease, which is also an option we are now offering, it's about $15 a day, $15 a day. On top of that, you do have consumables and maintenance required. Any machine that's handling waste will need some replacement parts and will need maintenance. And the cost of that is reasonably high, but we offer a maintenance package for the equivalent of $10 a day. That includes labor and parts. So all the parts will be sent to you. You can replace it yourself, or we can send someone around to replace the consumable parts. And if there's any breakdown or unscheduled maintenance, we will send around a qualified technician to repair it. So that's included in that maintenance contract. If you decide to do your own maintenance as a facility, you can do that, but the part cost is still quite a substantial part of that. It averages about $7 per day. If you accrue it across its lifetime, it's about $7 a day in parts. Okay. As you'd imagine, it's a high quality machine, and there are consumables simply because dealing with human waste is not easy.
No. And from what I heard, you don't necessarily need one per patient if you use it more like a bedpan. So you could have a mobile unit, or you could have one per patient if they're 24-hour bedbound. Correct?
If they're 24/7 bedbound, or they have urinary or fecal incontinence, then you're probably going to want one machine per person.
Okay.
But you're absolutely right, and thank you for saying that. You can use it as a bedpan replacement. So if the patient is cognizant and able to express their need and control their need to defecate or urinate, then you can bring it to that patient. They can use it, and then with a simple disinfection, mostly automated disinfection process, apart from the external components, which have to be manually, but it's really not a big deal. You can then transfer it to another patient.
So, now, if somebody, let's just say there was, there's someone in a nursing home, sometimes have 2 per room. Could someone share a machine if they, and would there be 2 tubes that go into the machine or not?
Well, you could have a separate diaper cup assembly for each person. Yep. But also what you can do is share the diaper cup, but move there's the detachable cushion. So you could just replace the cushion. Or you can reuse the same cushion with a very simple disinfection process. So you're absolutely right. If you're being creative about it, you might have one per room and share it between both party.
As long as
As
they're
long as you got,
compensated and didn't need it 24/7, for instance,
yes, if it's 24/7, you're going to want one machine per person, because
Yeah,
obviously to have something 24/7, you need one per person.
right. That makes
Support.
sense.
But it's yeah, there's a lot of use cases out there, and we can discuss these in detail with individual people and come up with a great solution. But
And
the thing to emphasize is the cost of the machine is high, but it's saving money. And we estimate that the average facility is going to save at least $20 a day. That's on top of the purchase price. So really, you're saving about $50 a day. You're paying 30 to save 20. So it's, when you look at it from that perspective, it's a great deal. And that's before you even start touching all the other indirect cost savings, like the readmission costs, like the waste
less time, like
disposal
less
costs.
caregiving, like, so if somebody, was a fall risk, shouldn't get out of bed at night, but instead of paying for 24-hour care, they could put the Care Bidet on when they go to bed at night. The caregiver could put the Care Bidet on when the patient goes to bed, and in the morning come back and take it off so they can get out of bed.
Amy, I can attest. I'm already doing that in my own
Yeah.
practice. So I've got 24, what were previously 24/7 clients in my home care practice. And now they only need like 16 hours a day, and the 8 hours at night can be covered with the Care Bidet, and it's completely automated. So really, most of the time when the client is asleep, you're only really having care in the situations of they just physically cannot get out of bed safely to use the commode. So their option previously was to use a diaper. Or a urine bottle, but that's unsafe as well. So
and the spilling and the changing of sheets and even staining couches and stuff, it's just not worth it. And then the diapers leak, especially if they don't, if you don't change them in time. And of course the bed sores, the UTIs are so common in seniors. And this, if we're cleaning properly, we're good to go.
Absolutely, it's doing the whole thing, and it really does do it. I have tried it myself. I have used this machine. I wanted to know what it felt like, and I can tell you, even after I used it both ways, I was completely clean afterwards and had a great cleanliness and dryness down there. And that is not the experience you get with diapers. No. It works out more cost effective than diaper care if you're paying someone to change the diapers. And it's so much better and more dignified. I mean, what price can we put on dignity of our loved ones when they're bedbound? You can't. What price can you put on it?
Now, if somebody bought a machine and then their loved one passed away, is there a resale market? They could sell it back to somebody else?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. We would entertain that. But honestly, probably we also have a rental program. So for the end users, they'd be paying about $40 a day. And it's obviously higher than the lease price, but they're not committing to any term. They're renting it month by month. And that includes full maintenance, parts, and everything. So if there's ever a breakdown, we will fix it or replace the item. And so that would be the short-term price, would be $40 a day. That might be what an end user in the house, for example, that's the way they might want to use it.
People spend more than $40 a month on diapers.
$40 a day.
Yeah, $40 a day. Yeah, but I mean,
you can spend a lot on. You can spend $10.
Spend a lot of money on diapers.
Then you got the supplies, the increased laundry. I mean, in the family care, if you're providing the labor to change it, it's going to work out a little more expensive because you're not paying someone. But again, what price the dignity? Because now your loved one.
It's just the dignity for the patient. It's the person giving the care. I would pay $40 a day so I wouldn't have to change a diaper.
I think I would. I think I know I would. I would have done that with my own mother.
Because you've got to figure that's probably changing the diaper every. How often would you normally change the diaper? I know when I was in childcare, it was
is the average. And if you've got urinary or fecal incontinence, then more frequent.
Yeah. So you figure that, you're saving, it's less than $10 a change,
No,
can't beat that.
No, I believe the justifications are easily there. And in the future, we will try to bring the price down with quantity. We will do that.
Yeah, it's all about the quantity.
I have the summary here, so you can screenshot it, but basically summarizes what I just said. So you can purchase or lease it. The daily ownership costs are about $20 a day for an institution, plus the maintenance of about $10 a day. What are you saving? At least $50 a day. So think of it as $20 a day savings machine, if nothing else, plus all the other advantages that it offers.
And by if you're a home care agency and you reduce the number of hours, you're going to keep the client longer. So usually what happens is people run out of money, and so they have to leave the home care agency. And so now if we're going to, instead of doing 24-hour care, we can use the Care Bidet at night and reduce the care, and then the home care agency would have the client longer.
Absolutely. Yep.
Well, that was great. Well, thanks again for coming on. I look forward to have you on my show again. So again, this is Aging Maven aficionado Amy K. Gaskin, and I was joined here with Anthony Ford of How's Grandma, and we talked about the cost savings and we analyzed the pricing of the Care Bidet. Thanks again, Anthony.
Oh, thank you so much, Amy. It was wonderful.
Have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Bye.